Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. In a stunning turn of events that has sent ripples through global financial circles, the Iraqi Dinar IQD has officially surged to an unprecedented rate of $4.91 United States cents. This development, confirmed by multiple verified banking sources and reflected in live exchange screens, has not only caught currency investors by surprise but has also triggered a tidal wave of activity at exchange centers worldwide. From bustling U.S. metropolitan hubs to financial districts across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, currency exchange locations are seeing record-breaking foot traffic as holders scramble to take advantage of the historic rate. The rate leap marks one of the most significant milestones in the Iraqi dinar's modern history, transforming it from a currency long mired in speculation to one that is now a headline-making powerhouse on the world stage. This is not merely a market fluctuation. It is a geopolitical and economic event with the potential to reshape the currency landscape. Historic announcement shatters expectations. For years, the revaluation (RV) of the Iraqi dinar has been the subject of intense debate, heated predictions, and countless rumors. But this week, the speculation ended abruptly when official data began surfacing on interbank screens showing the new IQD rate locked in at $4.91 per dinar. Financial analysts had projected potential upward movement, but the magnitude of this increase has shattered even the most optimistic forecasts. The market's reaction was immediate. Currency traders reported liquidity surges, while banking institutions scrambled to update systems and ensure compliance with exchange protocols. Adding fuel to the excitement, several major banks, both private and central, issued public notices confirming the rate and advising customers on exchange procedures. Within hours, the news spread like wildfire across social media, financial networks, and community forums, sparking long queues at exchange centers around the globe. Exchange centers at breaking point. At the center of the chaos are the exchange facilities themselves. Reports from New York, London, Dubai, and Sydney describe scenes of controlled pandemonium, lines stretching around buildings, security teams managing crowd flow, and customers clutching bundles of IQD notes. One exchange center manager in Houston described the situation as beyond anything we've ever seen. According to him, the facility prepared for a surge but underestimated the sheer number of people arriving to cash in their holdings. We've brought in extra staff, extended hours, and even set up mobile processing units outside, he explained. Similar reports have come in from other cities. Los Angeles, parking lots converted into makeshift waiting areas. Toronto, exchange windows running non-stop with wait times exceeding 3 hours. London, banks requiring online pre-booked appointments to handle demand. Dubai, luxury hotels doubling as VIP exchange venues for high-net-worth individuals. For many holders, this moment is the culmination of years, if not decades, of anticipation. Some have traveled hundreds or even thousands of miles to access locations offering the most favorable processing times and rates. A boom for early investors. The revaluation has created instant millionaires. Holders who purchased IQD during its lowest trading periods, when it hovered at fractions of a US cent, are now seeing astronomical returns. Take the example of an investor from California who purchased 5 million dinar in the early 2010s for around $5,000 USD. At today's rate of $4.91, that same holding is worth over $24.5 million USD. Similar stories are emerging in community groups and news segments, with people sharing life-changing testimonies of financial freedom. This surge is also sparking interest in the currency revaluation market more broadly. The Vietnamese dong (VND), Zimbabwean dollar (ZIM), and other currencies long discussed in speculative circles are seeing increased attention. However, analysts caution that the IQD's move is the result of specific geopolitical, economic, and monetary reforms unique to Iraq. Government and central bank confirmations. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) has officially acknowledged the rate change, stating in a televised announcement that the adjustment reflects a strategic realignment of Iraq's economic policy and global trade positioning. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani echoed the sentiment in a nationally broadcast speech, calling the revaluation a turning point for Iraq's sovereignty and economic independence. He emphasized that the move was backed by foreign reserves, oil revenues, and a strengthened monetary policy framework. Additionally, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) released a statement noting that Iraq's fiscal health and reform measures had reached the benchmarks necessary for such a currency adjustment. According to the IMF, the new rate is sustainable and aligns with Iraq's GDP, export balance, and reserve levels. Logistics of the exchange process. Despite the excitement, exchanging IQD at the new rate is not as simple as walking into a bank with cash in hand. The process involves several steps. 1. Verification of currency. Banks are using high-precision scanners to verify note authenticity, reducing the risk of counterfeit circulation. 2. KYC Know Your Customer protocols. Customers must present government-issued identification and, in some cases, proof of purchase for large sums. 3. Appointment systems. Many institutions are requiring pre-booked appointments to manage the surge. 4. Structured payouts. For substantial exchanges, funds may be released in tranches over several days or weeks. 5. Tax and reporting compliance. Depending on jurisdiction, exchange amounts may trigger capital gains tax or mandatory reporting to financial authorities. Exchange centers have urged customers to remain patient and cautious, warning against falling victim to scams or unauthorized dealers. Security measures ramped up. Given the high-value transactions now taking place, security at exchange centers is at unprecedented levels. Armed guards, armored vehicles, and controlled entry systems are common sights. In the United States, law enforcement agencies are working with banks to monitor large currency movements, while in the Middle East, private security firms are escorting high-value exchanges from center to vault. Financial advisors are cautioning newly wealthy IQD holders to prioritize secure transfers over immediate spending, noting that sudden displays of wealth can attract unwanted attention. Market reactions and economic impact. The $4.91 rate is causing ripple effects far beyond Iraq. The foreign exchange Forex market is experiencing heightened volatility, with traders recalibrating positions on currencies in the same economic tier. In the oil sector, Iraq's strengthened currency is reshaping contract negotiations, with the nation now wielding greater purchasing power for imports while maintaining a competitive stance on exports. Retail sectors in Iraq are also anticipating changes, as imports become cheaper and domestic spending power increases. Economists predict a boost in infrastructure projects, foreign investment, and consumer confidence. Globally, the sudden influx of liquidity for IQD holders could influence real estate markets, luxury goods sales, and even philanthropic donations. Financial analysts warn, however, that such a rapid wealth injection could also lead to overspending and market bubbles if not managed responsibly. Cautionary tales and scam warnings. While legitimate exchange centers are overwhelmed with activity, reports are emerging of opportunists seeking to exploit the chaos. Fake exchange offers, counterfeit notes, and fraudulent, VIP exchange invitations are circulating, particularly online. Authorities advise holders to stick to reputable, regulated institutions and to avoid any entity that promises above-market rates in exchange for processing fees or advance payments. One victim in Florida reported losing over $50,000 after wiring funds to a supposed exchange broker who vanished after the transfer. This underscores the importance of due diligence and skepticism during such high-stakes events. Long-term outlook for the IQD. Experts are divided on where the dinar will go from here. Some predict the $4.91 rate could climb even higher as Iraq continues to stabilize politically and economically. Others caution that market corrections are inevitable once initial excitement subsides. The CBI has indicated that it intends to maintain rate stability, using its reserves and monetary policy tools to prevent wild swings. For long-term holders who miss the initial rush to exchange, there may still be opportunities ahead, though perhaps not as dramatic as today's windfall. In Iraq, the government is leveraging the revaluation to promote national projects, diversify its economy beyond oil, and improve infrastructure. If these initiatives succeed, the IQD's strength could be sustained for years. Community reactions and personal stories. Social media is flooded with stories from people whose lives have changed overnight. Veterans who invested during deployments, retirees who saw the dinar as a lottery ticket, and even small business owners who held modest amounts are sharing their joy. One poignant story comes from a nurse in Chicago who invested $1,000 in IQD in 2011. At today's rate, her holdings are worth nearly $5 million, a sum she plans to use for charity work and family support. In contrast, some holders express frustration over logistical bottlenecks, with delayed appointments and slow transfers testing their patience. Still, the prevailing mood in the IQD community is one of validation after years of waiting. Final thoughts. The Iraqi dinar's leap to $4.91 marks a financial milestone of historic proportions. It has validated the patience of longtime holders, shocked global markets, and challenged traditional notions of currency valuation. While the excitement is justified, so is the need for caution. The combination of sudden wealth, intense public interest, and global attention makes this both a moment of opportunity and a moment of risk. For now, exchange centers remain swamped, stories of life-changing gains continue to surface, and the world watches as Iraq steps boldly into its new economic chapter. The true long-term impact of this event will unfold in the months and years ahead, but one thing is certain, the 4.91 IQD rate shock has already secured its place in financial history. Like and subscribe for more videos.